This video is about 12 2020 releases that I bought in 2020. If you're interested, I'll see you in the video. Hey everybody, it's Peter from Centrail. It's good to see you again. If this is your first time, I want to give you a warm welcome. On this channel, we talk about fragrances, designers, niche, so on and so forth. So if you like fragrances or you just want to smell nice, consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and the little bell that's on the side there so you get notified of any further videos. Now, for many of us, we're probably happy that 2020 is over. Doesn't look like we're starting 2021 any better. However, not all things in 2020 were bad. Obviously, there were some fragrances out there that were released in 2020 that are pretty good, and I probably would have never started this channel if it wasn't for the lockdown. So I hope you're here with me, and let's start with our first one, and it is one that I haven't reviewed yet. So it's going to be its debut, I guess, on this video. And it is Acqua di Parma, and it is Colonia Futura. The great thing about Colonia Futura, or the Colonia line, is that most of the fragrances are made from like 99% natural ingredients, which is kind of cool if you like natural ingredients. Colonia Futura is a aromatic freshie with a good dose of sage in it. As far as the longevity and all that sort of stuff, I can't tell you yet. I haven't worn it yet since I just bought it in 2020 towards the end of the year. And I'll probably do a full review on it at some point. This is going to be, I can tell from how it smells with the sage and the original Acqua di Parma Colonia DNA in there. It's a little bit more for a gentleman, and I think it'll be a great summer scent for 2021. Before I go any further to, I guess 11 or 2, depending on how you count, there's no special order in these fragrances. It's not from best to worst. It's literally just 12 fragrances that I bought last year that happened to be all released in 2020. Number 11 is Fusion Dizzy from Issey Miyake. This one was created by Nathalie Larson, a great perfumer. Fusion is a coconut aromatic with woody undertones. Very different from number 10, which is also an Issey Miyake. This one right here would make a great beach scent. With coconut, fig, rosemary, and then ambroxan in the dry down, Fusion is a really clever one from Issey Miyake. Number 10 is also an Issey Miyake released in 2020, and it is Polaris. This one is a lot more along the line of Pulse of the Night. Polaris is woody, it has vanilla, and it has a dark and smoldering dry down. It's really good. It's a great release for 2020 from Issey Miyake, and that's our number 10. Polaris 2020. A really unique release also for 2020 is number 9, and it is Cashmeran, and it is from Molecules Eccentric Molecules. No, it's Molecules Eccentric, I'm pretty sure. And that's the 5th one in their line, and this is Cashmeran or Cashmeran. It's really a neat idea from Gesa Schön to come up with a fragrance that is only one note. This one is Cashmeran or Cashmeran. And I mostly use these fragrances to either intensify a note that I already have in a fragrance or add to it. So I use it for layering most of the time. But it's really a neat idea. I did a review on all the notes 1 through 5 in my videos. If you're interested, just have to look for them. I can't link everything, unfortunately, but you can look for them. I did a review of every single one of these in a little bit more detail. Cashmeran, just for a quick reference, is a woody, resinous, a sweet, woody, resinous scent. Cashmeran, that's Molecule 5, a 2020 release. Number 8 is a really good release from a car manufacturer, and I think this is probably the best car manufacturer out there that as far as fragrances are concerned. And of course the cars are amazing as well. And it is Bentley for Men, and it is the SILVERLAKE. This is a 2020 release. This one has mint, lavender, and amberwood, white musk at the base. Bentley SILVERLAKE smells like Acqua di Gio. Just add lemon, take away the incense, and you're really close to Acqua di Gio Profumo from Armani. So this is Bentley SILVERLAKE. It's a 2020 release, a really nice fragrance if you like Acqua di Gio. And you can get these at a really good deal nowadays. Bargain prices, and it's a great fragrance from Bentley. And the number 6 release, or number 7, depending on which way you're going. So number 7 in this list, if you're going down, is a bit of a controversial one. The original 2011 had a lot of iris in it. It's a really beautiful scent. It's DIOR Homme. Lots of people love it. I love it as well. And Francois Demarchi redesigned the 2020 DIOR Homme completely. It looks like this. They changed the bottles just a little bit too. They added the DIOR on top right here. Still same design. I think the bottles are just a little bit more narrow. And you got the little DD on top. So, I guess it's a CD, Christian Dior, not a DD. CD. This fragrance right here took me a little while to get used to. It's very different from the original DIOR Homme. Now, I wasn't disappointed. I was surprised that they took the iris note out of it and, you know, completely redid this one. This one right here has LME and ISOE Super and no iris. So it is not quite, it's not as fresh. I'm sorry, it's not as smooth and kind of warm lipsticky. This one is more on the fresher side, the 2020, and the note of LME, which gives it a kind of a lemony, pungent, sparkly scent. It's a really good one. It's unique, and we'll have to find out whether the 2020 edition of DIOR Homme will hold, you know, for 11 years or 10 years like the original did. I do miss the iris from the original in the new 2020. Thank God we can still buy the 2011 edition, and it's just called DIOR Homme Original. So you can still get it, it's still available, but don't put this one away yet. Give it a chance. It is fresher, and it is a unique scent. If I had to tell you what this smells like, I had somebody ask me, what does it smell like in the comments when I did a review of this one. I would say it smells in the direction of Bleu de Chanel. Add ISOE Super and add the note of LME. LME is a piney, strong citrus scent. So this one smells of ISOE Super, LME, piney, strong citrus, and sort of the Bleu de Chanel EDP maybe in the background. So it's a nice fragrance. It's definitely unique. And we'll have to see if it holds up the test of time like the original. I'm still glad you can buy this one. And that's 2020 DIOR new release, and I guess it's a new complete reformulation release. It's not bad. Give it a shot. Number 6 is also a very good, and it's a great designer. Number 6 for a 2020 release that I think is really good and that I purchased, I'm glad I have it, is L'Homme Ideal, and it's the Extreme. Now, if you already have some of these and you like the DNA, the almond DNA, I think, then you're guaranteed to like this one. This is a little bit of a darker version of the other Ideals. This one has plum, leather, cinnamon, so it just gives it a little bit of a darker sense. It's a really great scent, just not quite as fresh and No, just it's darker, it's deeper, it's really well done. I believe this one actually won #1 on Fragrantica or something like that. I think this is the most liked fragrance, the best release for 2020, and that's L'Homme Idéal Extreme by Guerlain. Really good one. Number 5 is also a revision from a 1992 fragrance, and is from another powerhouse designer. And it is the 2020 release of PASHA de Cartier, and it is the Parfum version. And let me tell you, this fragrance right here, it's a little bit more on the mature side. You know, I mean, I think that the PASHA line in general is a little bit more on the mature side, but this one is a really good smelling one. It's very unusual and unique. The only original notes that are, if you compare the two, that are in PASHA Parfum 2020 are patchouli and labdanum. Everything else has been completely revamped. The 2020 version has notes like liquor notes, benzoin, it has balsamic fir in it, and simrise. It's a slightly animalic scent to this one, with a smoky undertone. If you're looking for something that makes you smell completely different than anybody else in a warm, slightly animalic way, PASHA de Cartier Parfum from 2020 is a really good choice. I think it's a great release. The number 4 is also a nice release, and it's from Tom Ford. It is Black Orchid, and this one is a Parfum version. I think that the orchids were mainly geared towards women. This is the first one that is marketed as unisex. Although I wear the orchids, I like them. I love the way they dry down. At first they're a little bit floral, but as they dry down, they have a really good one. And this one you can wear as a guy from the get-go. It's a deepened version of the orchids Tom Fords. I just did a review on all of them as well, if you want to look it up. So just like in the EDT, the Black Orchid Parfum, it keeps the truffle, the ylang ylang, like in the Eau de Toilette, but it is deepened. They added some rum and I think a plum note in this one to give this one from the get-go, when you spray it, a little deeper sense and not quite as floral as the EDT, and definitely not as floral as the Velvet Orchid. So as a guy, you can surely go out and wear Tom Ford Black Orchid 2020 and you'll smell great in the style of Tom Ford. The number 3 is also going to be something that surprised me. Now we had 2 sort of beachy, summery scents in here. And the first one that we looked at was the Fusion Dizzy from Issey Miyake. And this next one is a 2020 release that also, so it surprised me when I first sprayed it. I did not know what the notes in it were going to be. And it is the Paco Rabanne, and it's the 1 million 2020 release, and this is the Parfum version. The 2020 Parfum from Paco Rabanne is a sweet, floral, tropical scent. Believe it. It's a tropical scent from Paco Rabanne for 1 million. This powerful unisex fragrance has notes of tiare mixed with coconut that give it a really, let me see, where did I have it? It's right here. Give it a spray. Nice, thick sprayer too. I mean, if you ever had a beach scent that you want to wear to go to a beach party, and once all this stuff gets lifted and you can actually go out and have a party again, this will be a great one at a beach party. So it's not the one that you would wear by yourself walking on the beach, you know, smelling the sea, the salt, the wind, the air. It's not like this at all. This is more suntan lotion, the heat of the sun. It's a beach party scent. That's Paco Rabanne 1 million. It's a beachy coconut scent. And since we're still talking about partying fragrances, of course we got to throw in the 2020 release by Jean Paul Gaultier. and it is the Le Parfum. Let me see, I'm gonna spray one of these right here too. I love this fragrance, by the way. This is one of my favorite releases from 2020. Smells so great. As we know, the original was created by Francis Kirkjohn in 1995, and it had notes like mint, lavender, caraway, and it was a party animal fragrance. This 2020 right here is a little bit different. There is some iris in this one, and it also has some oriental notes, so which gives it a little bit of a maturity. Let's see, there's also cardamom and lavender in this, and also some vanilla still. If you're an older gentleman and you want to reminisce a little bit, or an older guy, you don't have to be an older gentleman. You know, if you're an older guy and you love the memory of the Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male from when you were younger, but you want to wear it now without being dated, I think the Le Parfum from 2020 is a really good choice. And as far as I know, I think they discontinued the Ultra Male. You can still get it at discounters, but this is going to be a good alternative. It's really good and it performs really well. 2020 Le Parfum, Jean Paul Gaultier. And that was our number 2. Got one left. And the number 1, I just got it in a few days ago. And I wanted it because I couldn't imagine how would they have possibly turned that fragrance, which was launched in 2019. It's a Giorgio, an Emporio Armani, and it's Stronger With You. How could they take that one and turn it into a freshie for the summer? So I was really eager to have them send it to me. I have it right here. It's the 2020 release, and it is Stronger With You, and it is Freeze. And let me tell you, they did a really good job in turning the original Stronger With You with the chestnut and all that into a summer fragrance. I really like it. In the original Stronger With You, they had notes like pineapple, chestnut as some of the main players. And then followed in 2019, right after the original release, there was the Stronger With You Intensely, which I believe the toffee was the main player in this one. Stronger With You Freeze is like the original one with the chestnut, and they added notes like ginger, lime, mandarin, and apple. Stronger With You Freeze was an unexpected and well done summer scent that I'm surprised at how well they did it. This is Stronger With You Emporio Armani line, and that's the Freeze from 2020. That's our last one for this list. Every one that you saw was a 2020 release. I hope you enjoyed it. But that was it. That was the list. 12 fragrances that I bought in 2020 that were released in 2020. If you liked it or got anything out of this at all, please consider subscribing, love, like, share, all those wonderful things that make this channel grow. I am super glad that you were here. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, I want you to take good care of yourself, always smell nice, and I'll talk to you soon. Centrail.